What's going on, my Padawans? I have to do this again. Um, if you guys are wondering why I'm whispering, and I'll try and up the volume in iMovie when I do the video, but it's because it's now 1:14 a.m. where I'm from. The Penguins just won the Stadium Series game against Philadelphia. Congratulations, go Pens. So let's get right into this mock. Just so you guys know, this is a mock draft, so don't get your panties in a wad if you don't like my selections. Feel free to keep your comments down in the comment section below, and we can talk about it. But I am going to explain why I have each pick the way that I do, because of the fact that it's going to help you understand why I selected this player. So let's just say for the first pick, I have a cornerback. And the reason why I have a cornerback is because um, the Steelers had the opportunity to sign either Ross Cockrell or sign Anthony Chicklow. They signed Anthony Chicklow for a year deal, which makes me believe that they're not going to want to do an outside line or not want to draft an outside linebacker round one. And I think the next biggest need would probably be cornerback. So I have them selecting Quincy Wilson out of Florida. He's 6'1", 213. He's played from 2014 to 2016 in the SEC. So in his career, he's accumulated 81 tackles, 4.5 for loss, 1 sack, 6 interceptions, and one of those interceptions was a pick six. The reason why I have him is he's a big physical cornerback. You can get rid of Ross Cockrell. He's a bum, um, bum wide receiver. I don't like him whatsoever. I never liked him when the Steelers picked him up. Um, get rid of him. Bring Quincy Wilson in opposite of Artie Burns. You have two lockdown corners, two physical, tall lockdown corners on the outside, and then you have William Gay and Senquez Golson splitting the time in the slot. So with the second round selection, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers going after a edge rusher by the name of Derek Rivers from Youngstown State, which is a Division I program in the NCAA Missouri Valley Conference. Um, he's 6'5", 250. He played from 2013 to 2017, and to me, he's in a very similar situation to Javon Hargrave from last year. Just because of the school he went to, he is dropping down the draft boards, although I think he should be rising considering the stats that he has. So let's get into those. In his career, he had 173 tackles, 56.5 for loss, and 37.5 sacks. 37.5 sacks is absolutely nuts. It's a half a sack more than Javon Hargrave. Granted, he played defensive tackle, so it's a little bit harder to get those sacks, but he had 37.5 sacks. So in this past season, 2016-17, he had 58 tackles, 14 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 3 fumble recoveries. Bring him in and split time with him and James Harrison. Let James Harrison mentor him for a year or two because he's asking for a 2-year deal in Pittsburgh. And then you have a formidable pass rush in Pittsburgh for years to come with him and Bud Dupree, who's going to be coming on strong again this year. He had 4.5 sacks last year, and he didn't play a good majority of the season. So with the first pick in the third round, because we did end up getting a compensatory pick from the McClendon and Beecham release. So we got a compensatory pick. This is not our compensatory pick. This is our actual pick in the third round. The next one is the compensatory pick. So in the first pick in the third round, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers selecting Lorenzo Jerome, free safety out of St. Francis. He's 6 foot, 195. If you've seen my videos before, you know exactly why I like him. I'm not going to get too much into it, but let's just say that he had 6 interceptions this past season for St. Francis, and he had a total of 18 in his career at St. Francis. He had 4 sacks in his career, and he had 262 tackles. But keep in mind, he had 4 interceptions between the two games that he played in the bowl games, which was the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl and the Reese's Senior Bowl. And in this Reese's Senior Bowl, he also had a forced fumble. So this guy is all over the field. If you consider this year as a whole, he had 10 interceptions together with college and his bowl games. He had a forced fumble, and he was all over the field in the Senior Bowl. I loved watching him play football, and he's a huge Steelers fan. If you hear that noise, it's a Facebook group message. Don't worry about it. So with the compensatory pick that we received, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers selecting in the third round Gerard Evans, quarterback out of Virginia Tech. He only played 1 year there. He's 6'3", about 238 pounds. He attempted 422 passes and completed 265, which accumulated to a 63.5 percentage in completions. He had 3,552 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. To me, he's eerily similar to Dak Prescott, and the Steelers had their eye on Dak Prescott before he got that DUI after the combine. So that's my mock. You bring Gerard Evans. Last thing, you bring Gerard Evans in. You mentor him, or you have Ben mentor him for a season or two, and then when Ben retires, you have Gerard Evans that's going to be able to step right in. And if he's not, next year we can mortgage some of our future and trade up to select Sam Darnold, quarterback out of USC, with the first overall pick. So that's my mock. Let me know what you guys think down in the description box below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and may the steel be with you.